Hey! Man!
Right on.
Put this bad boy on standby.
It's so good to see you, man.
Great to see you, man. It's been a couple years.
Yeah.
Everybody, this is Robert Parker Jr.,
How you doing?
close friend of mine. We used to live in California at the same time before I moved to Nashville and before he moved to Austin. So we're going to ask him about working as a guitar player in Austin, his own project, and just all kinds of great licks and stuff, techniques that he uses. Excellent guitar player and a close buddy of mine. So thanks for being here,
That's
Robert.
right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, this is great. Well, let's first talk about just working as a guitar player in Austin.
Yeah.
You've been there like 3 or 4 years now?
About 4 years, yeah. I've been there since August of 21.
Okay. Tell me what it's been like. First of all, I know you have your own project. We're going to talk about that. But I want to know, what has it been like working as a guitar player, backing up singers, and just trying to get gigs and feed yourself
Totally.
in Austin? So a lot of the people that watch my channel, they want to know about gigging and, feeding yourself with the instrument.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the best thing that you can do that, might seem obvious, but, I think we all are guilty of kind of just showing up sometimes, is doing your homework, coming prepared. Make sure if the artist is supplying you with any material, whether it's just their albums or their EPs or some voice recordings, just try to be as familiar with the material as possible, and don't forget to serve the song and serve the artist. Something that you think might be fun to play when you're just jamming at home might not be what's serving the gig. So just
Actually, could you give an example of that? Like, for instance, what's something that you do? The way that I interpret it is like, my job is just to make this singer sound good and feel good.
Yeah.
And I mean, it sounds kind of like that's what you're talking about.
Well, yeah.
Maybe what's some, like, technical wise, something that you'll do when you're backing up a singer?
It's especially interesting depending on the ensemble. If there's maybe another guitarist or if there's a keys player, just finding the right voicings that make the whole band feel and sound cohesive. And this is something that you taught me years ago.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of just like the James Brown theory of like the different layers in the cake.
Ah,
So
right,
it's just
okay.
like,
Okay.
if you're both going, then there's just a double of that. But if someone's going like that, you can just go.
Okay, so the one guy is going. Whoa, hold on. So one guy's going. Yeah, so that was really cool. That was a cool rhythm part, and I even battle with this idea that, like, I'm a rhythm player, or I'm a lead player. I don't.
Yeah.
Hendrix didn't say it like that. He's just playing guitar.
Yeah.
So I'm holding down this thing.
Yeah.
And then so you're thinking. I saw you played the Freddie King. Freddie King 9-chord.
Yeah.
So what? Just tell me. You're probably not thinking. You're probably just feeling it.
Yeah.
But if you were to break it down, how are you approaching that? Or how would you learn something like that? You're like, I know these chords, but when the hell do I play them?
That's a good question, because there's all these different voicings. And it's just the matter of, something I used to do that maybe I haven't done in a long time that would serve me if I tried doing it again at home, would, just playing to tracks, or maybe just plugging in something like on a looper, and trying to keep myself entertained in the sense that I want to play something different, but it doesn't necessarily need to be lead. It's just supposed to sound different. Where if especially like the easiest case is like if we're playing on a blues gig, I don't want to be bored all night just playing the same all night. So it's like I just want to keep myself entertained. So.
So when you say entertained, you're like, how? This is the way I interpret it.
Yeah,
I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, I want to make this rhythm guitar part so good that the person playing lead or singer is just loving it, but also someone in the crowd is going like, that rhythm guitar part was awesome.
Yeah.
So kind of like maybe working inside of this, like I can't be too busy, I can't step out too much.
It's a very fine line, kind of like a tightrope, and it's more so, and it just goes back to just listening. The best thing you can do on a gig is listen and pay attention to everybody else, because the last thing you want to do is be one of those bands where there's 4 people on stage playing aside each other, but they're not playing together.
Right.
Like
they're on Zoom or something.
Yeah.
Like they're just playing at each other instead of, like you said, the layer cake. Like this guy's playing this rhythm and I'm playing this rhythm.
Yep. And
it's going to turn into this freaking super groove.
Yeah.
James Brown thing. Yeah, yep. I love that. Let's actually, I'll play kind of low.
Yeah.
And you just play some rhythm parts.
Cool. You want to just stay on the 1 or you want to go through a 12?
We'll go for a 12 bar.
Cool.
But let's go. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. I think this would be a great service to everybody. If you just turn a little bit so I can edit that in. Bam. There was a cool turnaround. So I was playing. And you played some chords.
Yeah.
Like you played the chords that were outlining that turnaround.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that again. And then you were doing some cool shit up here. That was up here. Like, if we could see that again, that would be great.
That's kind of, I said something before we turned the camera on. I think it's what I call second pentatonic position, where you're in this kind of that position, and I was just doing it in an octave.
Yeah, one more time, maybe a little slower. Yeah.
And that's kind of like outlining an inversion of the 4. So it's like if we're going from the 1 to the 4. You go.
Yeah, here, let me I'm actually gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Sick. Love it.
It's all that double
cool.
stoppy, Hendrixy stuff that, we both love.
Love it. Very, very cool. Yeah, for sure. I think, I mean, most people know me as like this country rockabilly type guy.
Yeah.
But what's funny is here in town, like the rockabilly scene, people will refer to me as that bluesy guy.
Yeah.
Which is funny to me. Like people's perception changes based on where you fit in the
context.
mix.
Yeah.
So, like one of the first things I absolutely loved was Hendrix, and I think that's a great place to start for guitar player. Yeah, for sure. Continuing on with working for other people.
Yeah.
What about like kind of mindsets, even like in fact, just communicating. I'm not even talking about guitar stuff, but like, hey, this person wants to hire me.
Yeah.
And this artistic person who maybe is not the best communicator, or
Yeah.
you know, like you're gonna work for somebody that is maybe the sensitive artist or some, you know,
Yeah.
some anything that you've picked up on that.
I mean, even if per se they're not giving you the most outlining, you know, I guess template, you can go out of your way to ask as many questions as possible of like, how do you want me to serve you on this gig? Do you want me to learn any of this stuff note for note? Do you want me to just
Do
play
you
the
want me to
rhythms?
learn any of this note for note?
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah,
If
it's
I was
like-
hiring for somebody and they asked me that, I was like, yes, great. This one, no. This one, get close.
Yeah. It's like, do you want me to do my thing? Am I just supposed to be like laying back? Do you want me to be forward? You know,
Yeah.
just all those kind of things, because that's going to help inform you how to practice and learn this stuff. You know, and then that's a whole nother process of memorizing material on a short. You know,
Right.
there was a time I had to learn, I believe, like a 20 song deep set list in like I think 48 hours, and I pulled it off. But
Nice. Yeah. Well, we should talk about that.
Yeah,
how
yeah.
to approach something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's probably, it depends on the level of communication, right? Like, so if you ask me that, I'd be like, this one, learn the exact lick that starts the chorus.
Yeah.
You know, but some people may not have that ability.
Yeah.
You know, or I'll run into somebody who's like incredibly talented singer, but maybe they're a little insecure about communicating musical terms and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
which is, everybody's on a different, you know, it's, we
Yeah.
all encounter this thing where like, oh, I don't know that, should I like say that I don't know that, are they gonna think less of me?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
none of that matters. I was saying this
Uh-uh.
yesterday, like someone's like, I think it's in D or G, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't, just as long as you can play it well, it doesn't matter who's the music theory genius or the scale master of
As
the
long
gig.
as it makes sense
Yeah,
to you.
as long as it help, whatever way you organize it, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's, do you want to be right, or do you want to play an awesome song and have a good time?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like, who cares who's the scale master and
Yep.
who's not?